Yo everybody, welcome to another video. I just figured I'd show the little change that I made to my build. It's for recently. I respec'd into a pathfinder instead of deadeye, and the reason to that is because we now get, we're gonna get gathering winds on our boot soon, and so I figured why not try out pathfinder. By the end of the video, I'm gonna go over my gear. First off, I'll just go and run a shaper run. And being a pathfinder allows me to have 4 unique flasks, and obviously I will still keep the quicksilver in there. And having full ailment immunity is of course very nice. In any fight, it gives more consistency. No ignite, that's nice. No shock, that's a big one. Shock is usually quite dangerous. For certain reasons, I also choose to not run Blood Rage, but again, I'll go over that in the end of the video because it is just something that would screw me over if I did at this point. Of course, I do still get my frenzy charges from my offhand. It's only 2, but for any ES character, well, especially, I wouldn't say any ES character, but for a bower, running Blood Rage is very painful because getting a good enough income of ES without having regen, it really just, it's kind of painful to run Blood Rage. It's a big it's a really big dot for not that much of a, I don't think it's that strong. So anyway, let's go to that and that. There we go. Now, as you can see, my energy shield is recovering extremely quickly. It is very consistent. I didn't expect this to work as well as it ended up doing, because I've tried to go Pathfinder multiple times before, and maybe I didn't invest enough back then. But now I definitely did, and I'm very happy with it. With the addition of Bottled Faith, I think just in general, Pathfinder just became extremely powerful. And yeah, that's how the kills tend to go. So far, I've done, I think, about 10 Uber Elders with this character, and I've not died a single time. It is very hard to die with it because it just simply is. It's very tanky, and I'm gonna go over why right about now. So, bow, I'm just using a Wind Ripper. I'll go over the links afterwards. Helmet-wise, I'm using actually a damage helm. This is not a Magic Find helm, because I feel like this is just extremely strong. It gives roughly 40% more damage, like overall, and especially to my barrage. So it's really strong. Get Abyssal socket in there, and quite big ES, 375 plus another 45 on the jewel socket. Chest wise, actually, let's save that a little later because I have a funny story to tell about that. Amulet is just my spine fused talisman with 29 quantity. I'll eventually upgrade this into something with an anointment, and then maybe 28, 29 quant, 30 quant, maybe even, who knows. That'll be huge. Ring-wise, I'm still using my Vengeance Whirls. I'll probably never bother to swap out of them, because if you look at my energy shield, they give me a little bit less. They give me 996 energy shield each, so that's not something that is easy to swap out, and I won't. Glove-wise, Grimpaw, these are Ashes gloves. Yeah, they're just good. They have 45 lightning res. The boots have really good synergy because they have 45 cold fire res. And both have 236 ES. They're exactly the same. Very nice craft. Belt-wise, Headhunter, kind of obvious. Then here comes the reason why I'm not using Blood Rage anymore. So the faster start causes me to recharge my energy shield in 1.2 seconds roughly. It's about 1 second, and that means that I can hit and I can just like walk back a little bit, and I'll start my recovery, and I'll become extremely tanky during that, because that means that I can tank stuff like Eradicator Beam while my faster charge is active. So that's really nice. Gives some ES. Yeah, it's just an amazing quiver if you don't need the damage. And I figured that now I don't really notice too much of a difference between using lightning arrow with the 2 pierces from the tree here contra lightning arrow and Rigwolds, because that's the thing that kind of put me off. The Rigwolds doesn't really have good synergy with lightning arrow. So there we go. That's basically going to be like that forever. I used to have resist on my helm to balance my Wise Oak. However, yesterday I recrafted the suffixes on my chest piece, and I was going for 45 cold res and 45 lightning res. And after 14 exalts worth of multi-modding, so not even 14 slams, like 14 exalts worth of like, not multi-modding, but prefix can be changed and all that shit, right? I actually hit this. Tier 1 cold damage, 48%, and Tier 1 lightning, 48%. And I was like, hey, because I hit a little bit higher, I might actually be able to go Pathfinder. Because I kind of needed 45 for this to work. I needed 45 for this to actually work on a deadeye. But unwantedly, I couldn't use it. So I was like, hey, what if I go Pathfinder? I'll give that a proper attempt this time. And I really like it now. So I decided to do that, and Pathfinder gets more out of the Dying Sun. So I needed the more resist anyway, and well, here we go. Added another cold lightning res on top of that, because the fire res is just super savage, and right now I'm 103 all, so that's very nice. Got that balanced. So that's why I'm currently using this setup. I now have 9,000, almost 9,100 energy shield over what would be 7,400 on a deadeye. On top of that, I'm shock immune, which is very huge. I'm ignite immune. I don't blood rage myself, so I'm always at full. If I do take damage, it's usually non-damage over time damage, and I'll recover back to full nearly instantly with Soul Strike. Now, obviously, having Soul Strike, I also have Wicked Ward, which is very efficient to pick up. It's only 2 points, and it's even int, so it's a tiny bit of energy shield to get into it. I did respec a little bit. I used to path down here. Now I path through here. I don't have these nodes anymore, which is something that I used to have, but I figured this was more efficient pathing, and I wanted to get a little bit more energy shield. So this is currently where the tree stands, and I think it's nice, very functional. I don't have any wasted 1-pointers anywhere, I think, because even the strength over here I need. Yeah, so that's that. Flask wise, because I don't have to use, I was using this just for the sake of warding. I don't really care too much about curses at this point, so, but I could put it in. I used to need to this because I needed freeze immunity. Don't need that anymore. So the current flask setup is Wise Oak, obviously Legacy Wise Oak. Dying Sun, Legacy, doesn't matter whether it's Legacy or not, because it's really only the... Is it even Legacy? It's not even Legacy. Legacy is 30% AoE. But yeah, it really doesn't matter whether it's Legacy or not for a Lightning Arrow build, so... Bottled Faith, amazing flask. Amazing uptime, amazing base, amazing crit, amazing increased damage taken, amazing duration. This thing just never goes down. If I wait this entire thing out, it will probably have like... There's 32. Like, this thing is just up so often. Like, you kill one... If you kill one monster during the flask, you actually get the entire flask back. As you can see, this is the 3rd time I'm tapping now. This is going to be the 4th time there. And I might even get a 5th time up. Perhaps 13, 17, and 21. And I can tap it 4 or 5 times in a row. Absolutely amazing flask. Rumi's Concoction. This is actually the reason why I wanted to play as a Pathfinder. This flask is reason enough in itself to go Pathfinder. Check this out. So I don't have any block. Block would have shown under the resist here, under the 100% there. Look at this. This is one flask, 52 attack block, and 26 spell block. That's absolutely insane. One flask single-handedly doubles your EHP versus attacks and gives you 25% more EHP versus spells, which is just absolutely insane. Really amazing flask. So I think Arumi's concoction alone is already reason enough to go Pathfinder. Other than that, the current Watcher's Eye that I'm using is I have different ones, but as for now, I'm really liking this one here. This is a Clarity Gain Extra Ez, which I think is a really good mod. Wrath Penetration, which is obviously the best Wrath mod there is. And Flask Charge on crit with precision. This allows me to have extremely good uptime on bosses. Like, my flasks are never down on bosses. Being Pathfinder and having this mod on the Jewel, absolutely juicy combo. It just doesn't allow you to run out of flasks, so that's super good. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot more to show to it. I think that covered most of it. Gemlink, I'm actually not using Energy Shield Leech anymore because I don't Blood Rage, which also means that when I'm full ES, I don't leech, so I don't get the sick bonus that Energy Leech gives of 40% more damage while leeching. So right now the link is item quantity, elemental damage, inspiration, Mirage Archer, lightning arrow, and greater multiple projectiles. The single target link is barrage, added lightning damage. Not the best support, but I think it's alright. Elemental damage, inspiration, damage full life, and elemental focus. Personally, I'm a big fan of using Mirage Archer in Barrage, but some people are not, so I like it. But for now, I have added lightning in there. I think it's an alright multiplier, but it really does the job. As far as Barrage, we're sitting at 118k, 144 with a shield swap. By the way, the shield swap is a +2/+2/+2 charge shield. Nothing else on it really, other than some resistances. And this is just some leveling shit that I'm using. Yeah, nothing too serious. Anyway, I'm gonna quit rambling on, and I'll go back to doing some Uber Elders. I guess you guys all want to see this, so let's go ahead and pop that and see what that is. That is absolute garbage. But yeah, shit happens. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, any questions really, just let me know and I'll answer it as well as I can. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.